Breaking news! Behind the scenes, inside the Ravens facilities, there's been a change. The message, a challenge, one that could change the destiny of this team and propel a playoff run that nobody imagined. And it all begins this Sunday night, under the spotlight, in a decisive matchup that will demand everything from every player on the field. There's tension, there's pressure, and there's a question echoing through the locker room. Are the Ravens finally ready to silence the doubts? But before we continue, don't forget to like this post if you're a true Ravens fan. It's always amazing to see fans of all ages supporting this team. And if you want, comment, "Go Ravens," below. We want to see how strong the fan base really is before this season-defining matchup. Let's get into it. This Sunday night game isn't just another check on the schedule. It's the last home game of the regular season, and the Ravens still control their own destiny. Win, and they take the division. It's that simple. The margin for error? Non-existent. And the opponent? A red-hot Patriots team led by second-year quarterback Drake May and first-year head coach Mike Vrabel, who has quickly flipped the culture in New England. Vrabel's Patriots are 11-3 and were the number 1 seed in the AFC before their wild loss to Buffalo. Since their last defeat on September 21st, they'd rattled off win after win throughout October and November, steamrolling into December with serious momentum. That loss last Sunday broke the streak, but make no mistake, they're still dangerous. They've clawed their way from back-to-back top 5 draft picks to now being one of the AFC's most complete teams. The Ravens can't afford a misstep here. Turnovers are going to be a massive factor. Baltimore's defense has forced 16 turnovers this season, which is impressive, but the offense has given up 20, more than the Patriots' 14 giveaways. New England is even in turnover differential, but the Ravens sit at -6. That margin matters, especially against a quarterback like Drake May. He's not yet a Joe Burrow or a Josh Allen. The game is still moving fast for him. Rattle him early, and you might just shift the entire balance of the game. That's what we saw happen against the Bengals. On Thanksgiving, the Ravens turned the ball over 5 times and got crushed. But in the rematch, they won the turnover battle and dominated, winning by 24 points. That's the formula. Lamar has to be smart with the football. Yes, the pick against Cincy wasn't his fault. Zay Flowers bobbled it, but the Ravens need Lamar to play clean, smart, and poised. On the other side of the ball, Trayvon Anderson is a serious threat. The Patriots' young running back is explosive, 4th in the NFL in yards per carry at 5.4. He's not your every down back like Derrick Henry, but he can break the game open with a single run. Think James Cook-type danger. If the Ravens can't control him early, it could be a long night. The defense must make New England one-dimensional. Take away Anderson, and force May to beat you with his arm under pressure. And speaking of pressure, this is where Baltimore's defensive front can shine. Draymond Jones is coming off a monster performance with 5 quarterback hits. The entire unit stepped up against Burrow, and they'll need to repeat that intensity here. With Patriots offensive lineman Will Campbell out, there's an opening to exploit. And under pressure, May's numbers drop significantly, completion percentage tanks by 22%, and his Pro Football Focus grades plummet across the board. We're going to need the stars to show up again. Last week it was Lamar and Derrick Henry. Henry averaged over 9 yards per carry. Lamar had his best completion percentage since week 10. They answered the call. And now, with the playoffs looming, they have to do it again. When your back's against the wall, when the postseason hangs in the balance, this is when your stars need to be superheroes. This is where legends are made. It's not just about raw talent, it's about clutch moments. And that's an area where the Ravens still have something to prove. The blowout win against Cincy was great, but we haven't seen this team win a nail-biter against a high-quality opponent all season. Those clutch, game-winning plays, we've seen them against teams like the Bears or the Jets, not playoff contenders. That has to change. Can the Ravens win a game in the final minutes? Can they get that one crucial stop or that one defining drive? Because here's the thing, this Ravens team has been building towards something all season. Every win, every setback, every highlight reel play, and every head-scratching mistake has led to this moment. And now, there are no more excuses. No more next weeks. No more easy outs. It's prime time, in your house, against a team that's been punching above its weight class all year. This is where we find out who the 2025 Baltimore Ravens really are. Let's talk about the clutch factor. And I mean real clutch, the kind of moments that define teams in January. The truth is, we haven't seen this squad close out a nail-biter against a great team since maybe that gritty win over the Bears. Sure, we've seen flashes, dominant wins, explosive quarters, but when the lights get bright and the game is tight in the fourth, that's still unproven. Sunday night is their chance to finally write that chapter. And make no mistake, New England knows that too. They know if they can keep it close, if they can hang around until late in the fourth quarter, the pressure shifts to Baltimore. That's when the ghosts of those close losses start creeping in. That's when play calling gets tight, decision-making gets complicated, and every snap feels heavier. That's why execution in the clutch isn't just about physical ability, it's mental, it's poise, it's preparation. It's knowing that when it's 3rd and 6 with the season on the line, you're going to be the one who makes the play. Not hope, no, and the Ravens have the roster to do it. Lamar Jackson is a former MVP. He's been criticized this season for turnovers, for inconsistency, for not always being the guy late in games. But this is his chance to remind the league that he's still one of the most dangerous weapons in football. That when the moment is biggest, he can rise above. Then there's Derrick Henry. What he did last week, that wasn't just production. That was dominance. 9.1 yards per carry, 100 yards on only 11 carries? That's absurd. And more importantly, it's sustainable. Henry looks like he's getting stronger as the season goes on, and the Patriots front seven will have their hands full if Baltimore establishes the run early. Don't forget the unsung heroes either. Guys like Tavius Robinson, who had that early sack against Burrow that set the tone. Or Draymond Jones, who's become a consistent disruptor inside. This defensive front has the tools to not just contain Drake May, but to overwhelm him. Because let's not sugarcoat it, Drake May is talented. He's the future of that Patriots franchise. But he's still young, still learning. And when he's under pressure, the cracks show. The drop in his PFF grade when pressured is staggering, 30 points. His completion percentage dips by over 20%. That's not just a stat, it's a blueprint. You pressure him, you win. And let's talk about the fans. M&T Bank Stadium isn't just a venue, it's a weapon. That crowd, on a cold December night, under the lights, that's worth points. That's worth false starts. That's worth confusion. The Ravens are 7-1 in their last 8 regular season home finales. This building knows how to rise to the moment, and it's going to be electric Sunday night. Still, it all circles back to the core question. Can this team, this version of the Ravens, finish? Can they finally deliver the kind of high-pressure win that separates contenders from pretenders? Because if they can't, the playoff road gets a lot tougher, and the margin for error becomes razor thin. So let's hear it. Do you believe this Ravens team is ready for the moment? Are they going to rise up, protect their house, and make a statement to the rest of the AFC? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know, what's your level of confidence heading into this game? Are we walking out of M&T Bank Stadium with a W and the division still in our hands? If you're still watching, you're a real one, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out the next video on the screen to keep riding with us. The road to January starts Sunday night. Don't miss it. The passion, the grit, the legacy. Being a Ravens fan means more than just wearing the purple and black. It's about heart. It's about standing tall in every win and every loss. And right now, more than ever, Ravens flock, your energy matters. We're heading into one of the most defining stretches in recent franchise history. This locker room is filled with talent, hunger, and a desire to bring another Lombardi trophy to Baltimore. From the roar of M&T Bank Stadium to the voices of fans across the country, every ounce of support is fuel for this team. You, the fans, are the true heartbeat of the Ravens. The ones who stood through every high and low, from Ray Lewis's legendary speeches to Justin Tucker's unforgettable game winners. This is your team. This is our moment. If you've ever believed in Lamar Jackson's magic, in Roquan Smith's leadership, in Kyle Hamilton's fearless playmaking, now's the time to show it. Be loud. Be proud. Whether you're in the stadium or watching from home, make your presence felt. Post about it. Talk about it. Wear the colors. Represent the flock like never before. And remember, every great moment in Ravens history began with belief. So let's believe, together. Let's push this team forward. Let's remind the entire league that the Ravens aren't just a team, they're a force. And the flock? We never back down. We fight. We rise. We fly. Now tell me, how are you showing your support this season? Drop a comment and let the team know the flock is behind them all the way. Go Ravens! ***.